Hello again, everyone. I'm going to show you what you need to do for your WebQuest you'll be working on in groups. First, open up and go into Classroom. So I already have this open. You guys know how to get into Classroom by now, hopefully. So when you get into Classroom, and this recording will be added when I finish it, so right now the link's not here, but you are going to click on the video to watch the directions, and that'll be posted right here. After you watch the video, you're going to click on this link to view your WebQuest. So the WebQuest is right here. There's an introduction explaining why we're going to be reading this, your task, what your purpose is. This is made from someone else, so some of the stuff may not be specific to this class, but I looked through and found some different resources, and I thought this was the best WebQuest. I thought the conclusion is the most important part to me. The fact that as we begin reading the book night, the information that you are researching is the reason we're doing this, is to help you try to imagine the world that shaped Elie Wiesel's childhood. Okay, so there are 5 topics here. Topic 1 was what was the Kristallnacht, which is Crystal Night or the Night of the Broken Glass. So one person in your group will answer these questions. You will use these sources. You'll notice the first 3 are inactive now. So it says page not found. That's just that link is not found. If you go to the 4th link, this is the main link, and you can find everything about that topic on this specific link. So you can find all the answers on that 4th one. Sorry for the Topic 2, how did Hitler gain power and begin Nazi rule? 6 questions there. These links work. You'll notice on the bottom as well that it takes you to some different ones, so you don't have to keep clicking back. One of the things that I recommend you doing, so if we're looking here for how and when did Hitler gain power and what was the Third Reich, click on this. What I would do is use the find option and search the word power, which is one of the keywords, and it highlights all the times power is used. I can go up here, click through, kind of helps me with my understanding. This one, I kind of zone in on what the most important part is. So this talks about Hitler creating a law. He passed a bill here that would give his government legislative authority. That helped him create power. So you can look through, and then if you look down here, the next question, if I went back, next question says, who were the SS? So that information was actually on the bottom here. It says SS police state. And if I was to look at this page and do my search and type in SS, I find SS 10 times, but as I go through, it's all part of different words like past, but it does bring me to here, and then I can see this whole page is dedicated to the SS. So then I can once again search SS here, and it's 26 times, so I can read through and figure out a lot more about who the SS is. All right. When you're finding this information, what your group needs to do, so you should decide who's going to research which topic. You have the 5 topics that are posted. Talked about the first 2. Topic 3, what was life like in a concentration camp? What was a ghetto? And topic 5, what was the final solution? There are links here. As I said, not every single link may still be active because this was from a few years ago, but the information you need is in here. If not, you can search Google and find information. So what you need to do as a group is you're going to go into your drive, and you guys are going to create a Google slide. Really, only one person needs to create this, so you title it, put your names. So let's just I'll use my kids' names. Aiden, Claire, and Molly. So this would be their group. You type it in here. You are going to then add your slides. So if I am presenting the first slide, say Aiden's presenting the first slide, I would nominate these as Aiden slides and make a note of that, and then add some others for another group. You have to share this and invite other people. So invite the people in your group. So I'd invite Aiden. These are obviously not, my Aiden doesn't have an email. So you invite the people, ask them if their ID numbers match. If you're not sure, ask them their names. If you don't know their last name and first name. So you invite everyone in the group, include myself. For me, type in Patrick O'Brien. You'll see this one with my kids in it that you know that you send it to me. And if you're in class with Mrs. Bolova, you would type her name as well. And AT should bring it up, and then she has her husband and her kids as well. So you know you're sending it to the 2 correct teachers. We want to see this as well. Once again, only send that in periods 1 and 7 to Ms. Bolova. Then once you do that, you can just click send, and it'll go right to all of us. Okay, I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to send anything to myself that I don't need. Okay, when you're in here, so very simply, go back and you'd say, this is my topic, and you can do a lot of copy and pasting. Control C, copy. I'm going into my, it's here, and then it goes there. You might want to switch this because remember some of the coloring may not look well. And then I'm going to answer these questions. So when I go search, and this takes me to the Crystal Night, and I have to read about the Crystal Night. I can watch this video about it, and when I figure out what I want to get, the main idea, I'm going to put this in here. Okay. Also try to add an image if you can. So you can go to Google Images and search as well. You don't have to just use that one search. So let's go to Google. If I type in Crystal Night, Germany, here I have some images now. Click on images, and I can add something that's relevant to this part. Say I want this, I'll just drag it right into my presentation and add this. Maybe I want to fit it a little better. And then I'd add my text explaining what Crystal Night was. So on November 3rd, Nazi leaders unleashed a series of pogroms against the Jewish population in Germany. This event came to be called the Crystal Night, Night of Broken Glass, because of the shattered glass that littered. So I can take some of this, Control C, put it in here, and I need to do a little editing because this is off a little. So if I just move this over, now I can see that when I present this, this is how it'll look. So I can check my work. Looks a little better. I might want to play around with some stuff. I might want to condense this if it's too wordy. That's what you're going to do for each person. I would like just to, on the title page, to put the people who are in your group. So once again, Aiden, and then put his topic. He was in charge of Crystal Night. Claire, she's in charge of SS. Molly, in charge of Final Solution. So you put those topics on the front page so we can see, and then we have everyone's name on the front page, and I know who was responsible for those slides. Also, how we can check to make sure people are doing their work. If I just go into the version history, and I can see that I did the work here at 8:53, and I did the work here at 8:53. I can look and see the progress that was done, so we can see that people are actually doing the work. There were 12 total edits. I can look through and see what happened during each edit, so I can see your progress. So this is why we're looking at this information, to see that people are doing the work, that you guys are all learning, and everyone's accountable in a group activity. Okay. This will be a live doc, so we will be able to see your work while you're working, see your progress. This will be due end of class on Friday. I'm not making an assignment because then you each get an individual one, and I want you guys to make one and share it with me. So it's a little different setup than the other ones. I'll explain this a little bit, but I want to make the video because there are a couple different directions that we haven't done before that you guys will be able to review if there's any confusion of what you're supposed to do. Okay, so in summary, you are creating a slide with your group. You guys are deciding which topics you're going to research. The majority of these links are active and work, but they all are kind of from the same site anyway. You can see USHMMM, so they're just different parts of the same program. So if one is inactive, like it was on the first couple were inactive, just keep clicking. They will work. If not, search on Google or ask me. But I looked through these, and the majority of them are live and working and are very informative. That'll help us better understand the text before we start reading on Monday. Okay? Please raise your hand if you have any questions. Send an email. Send a message on your presentation. And make sure you guys spread out the work evenly and everyone is working. You will get a grade individually on this. So don't worry if your group members aren't doing their job. I will be able to see who was responsible for what and what they finished. Hopefully everyone learns a little something. We'll talk about how we're going to share this information out with others. That'll be next week on Wednesday, I believe, and we'll kind of share out to make sure everyone gets similar information and everyone understands some of these main topics of what happened during this time when Ellie was 14, 15 years old. Okay? All right. Thanks a lot. See you guys.